Good evening, I'm your host Camelia and you're watching KiniNews. BN has blamed Tommy Thomas over the arbitration award in favor of the descendants of the Sulu sultanate. However, the former AG maintains that the annual payments should have been honored.
Former Attorney General Tommy Thomas has defended his position that the annual payment to the Sulu sultanate must be honored. He said Malaysia has always had a legal obligation since 1963. Thomas held this position in 2019 when he corresponded with lawyers for purported descendants of the Sulu sultanate who initiated and won an arbitration proceeding against Malaysia. Among others, Thomas offered to pay 48,230 ringgit for arrears between 2013 and 2019. The arrears arose from a colonial-era cessation of payments to the Sulu sultanate for the territory now known as Sabah. Najib Abdul Razak stopped the annual payment of 5,300 ringgit in 2013 when he was Prime Minister. This was following an armed incursion of Sabah by followers of Sultan Kiram III. Najib had accused Thomas of being chiefly responsible for the claimant's successful arbitration proceedings. Following this, Sabah MCA has lodged a police report against Thomas over the letters. The arbitration award secured by the claimant amounted to over 66 billion ringgit. Following this, the Sulu side, via their lawyers, managed to seize two Luxembourg-incorporated subsidiaries of Petronas, reportedly 8.9 billion ringgit.
In November 2020, Tengku Zafrul said that he was not interested to join any party and wanted to focus on the economy. He must have fixed the economy because he has just been appointed Selangor BN Treasurer.
Finance Minister Tengku Zafrul Abdul Aziz has been appointed Selangor BN Treasurer. The appointment was announced by Selangor BN Chief Noor Omar while closing the State Chapters Convention in Setia Alam last night. Zafrul will replace Jamal Yunus, who is now the State BN Communications Chief. Noor said this reshuffle will inject new life into BN and Selangor will rise. Zafrul later joined coalition leaders on stage and received his appointment letter while flanked by the likes of UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. The Finance Minister was previously believed to be partyless until his UMNO membership was confirmed in May. Zafrul wrote on his Facebook page later that he was humbled by the trust the Selangor BN leadership placed upon him. He said he believes that BN is the best platform to bring various ethnic groups, generations and groups together. Zafrul has reportedly been eyeing to contest in the Kuala Selangor parliamentary seat in the next general election.
DAP is jumping into the NFT game by selling a piece which immortalizes the move that brought down the Pakatan Harapan government.
Damansara MP Tony Puas Langkah Sheraton painting is now an NFT project to generate funds for DAP's next general election campaign. At the soft launch of the project today, Puas said he was gifting his all-on-canvas painting to the party. Puas began working on this piece when movement controls were imposed in 2020 and after the Sheraton move that caused the collapse of the Pakatan Harapan federal government. The artwork featured 15 very recognizable political personalities. Upon completing the piece this year, it was displayed at Theatre Impian. Puas chose to sell the painting through NFTs so that it could be meaningfully owned collectively among thousands of Malaysians. 8,888 NFTs will be minted for this project. Each NFT will cost for Matic around 186 ringgit at the time of writing. The NFT will go on sale to the general public on August 31st and will close on September 16th. Puas urged those who wish to review the artwork to visit Theatre Impian, where the piece will remain until the new owners decide otherwise.
Khalid Ibrahim, the man known for his business acumen and who helped Selangor grow, has been laid to rest.
Former Selangor Menteri Besar Abdul Khalid Ibrahim passed away last night. Khalid leaves behind his wife, 4 children and 2 grandchildren. A brief wake and funeral prayers will be held at the Shah Alam State Mosque today. Selangor Sultan Sharafuddin Idris Shah had consented for the former Menteri Besar's remains to be laid to rest at the Shah Alam Royal Cemetery. Khalid rose to fame as the CEO of Permadanan Nasional Berhad after he launched a dawn raid on the London Stock Exchange to acquire a majority stake in the British-owned Guthrie plantations. He joined PKR in 2006 and 2 years later became the Selangor Menteri Besar after Pakatan Rakyat captured Selangor. Khalid developed a reputation for being a thrifty administrator as the state's coffers grew under his watch. He also kicked off efforts to restructure Selangor's water industry, which at the time was divided between 5 concessionaires. Khalid's time in office came to an end in 2014 after PKR sacked him during the Kajang move, leading to a month-long standoff culminating in Azmin Ali succeeding him. As an independent, he aligned himself with PAS. The party had been supportive of his final days in office.
Single mother-in-law's struggle against the unilateral conversion of her children continues as a civil court today allowed leave to challenge the conversion.
The High Court in Kuala Lumpur granted leave to Low Siu Hong to commence her legal action to quash her 3 children's unilateral conversion to Islam. The civil court granted leave to the single mother's judicial review application targeting the conversion carried out by her former husband and Muslim convert Muhammad Nageshwaran Muniandi. Nageshwaran, who is in jail on drug-related charges, had allegedly run off with the estranged couple's 3 children and unilaterally converted them to Islam without the knowledge and consent of Low 2 years ago. In effect, today's ruling paves the way for the court to set a date to hear the merits of the legal challenge. During proceedings conducted via Zoom, Judge Wan Ahmad Farid Wan Saleh ruled that Low was still within the time frame to file the judicial review when she filed the legal action on March 23rd. He noted that she only found confirmation about her children's 2020 conversion on March 4th this year, meaning the 3-month period to file the legal action begins on that date. He further pointed out that Low's children were converted on July 7th, 2020, but she only found out about it in March this year. Low obtained full custody of her children through the Civil Family Court in December last year. On February 21st, another bench of the High Court in Kuala Lumpur granted Low habeas corpus application to be reunited with her 3 children. The following month, she went to the Civil Court to challenge the validity of her children's conversion.
Apandi is being probed by Bukit Aman after a report was lodged against him over his handling of the 1MDB investigation.
Police have summoned former Attorney General Muhammad Apandi Ali to record his statement over a report lodged by Klang MP Charles Santiago in connection with allegations of power abuse in the 1MDB case investigations. Royal Malaysia Police Secretary Nursia Muhammad Saaduddin said police will record Apandi's statement at about 2:30 p.m. today. She said the case is being investigated by the Bukit Aman Criminal Investigation Department's Classified Investigations Unit under Section 217 of the Penal Code. Last Friday, Santiago had lodged a police report against Apandi, citing abuse of power and dissatisfaction over the way the 1MDB case investigation was handled during his tenure as AG.
Did you know you could get in trouble recording cops while they are conducting arrests or raids? Well, now you know.
The Home Ministry has maintained that it is wrong for the public to record or live stream police carrying out arrests or raids. It added that body cameras for on-duty use have yet to be procured. In a parliamentary reply, the ministry said action can be taken against the public for obstructing a public officer in carrying out their duties and disrupting investigations. Police had in 2020 said such actions were an offence under Section 186 of the Penal Code for obstructing a public servant in discharging his or her duty. That year, police arrested former Association of New Youth President Yong Yan Ke for recording a police search. Besides obstruction, the Home Ministry said that recording the police also violated Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act for disturbing others. As for whether the police can seize or go through someone's phone, the ministry said they can if the phone belongs to someone suspected to be involved in a crime. The crimes are those under the Penal Code, Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act, the Sedition Act, Prevention of Terrorism Act, Anti-Human Trafficking Act, and the Security Offences Special Measures Act. This means that anyone recording the police can have their phone seized or searched.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Camelia. Thanks for watching.